I'm going to ask about the title track, which I think it's safe to say is going to be one of the anthems of next year. It's just got that vibe about it, and it's obviously it's the title track. It's an epic song. It's I mean, I don't really need to ask you what it means because this again, you're very direct on this song. But where did that one come from? Because it's got the feel of like a special Machine Head song about it.
You know, I remember like we had been jamming on those riffs for a little bit, and I didn't really have an idea of where it was going. And then I think I was vacuuming my house, and I had that chorus come up, and I had those chords come up in my head. And right when the chords came in my head, I had the lyrics pop into my head. Yeah. So I'm like, you know, just being a boring suburban dad like I am most of the time. Yeah. And I sat there and I was just hearing those words, and I was like, this is fucking good. Like, this is really good. And I went into the jam room and we kind of bashed it out, and we did a quick little, like, it's not, I want to say it's a boombox, but it's like one microphone into Dave's laptop. And then I went over and recorded all the vocals, and just putting it together, and it was just, there was so many ideas flying just at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And when it was basically that, you know, the verses were a little bit different, but you know, the chorus was the same, the breakdown was the same, everything was just in its place. And just, I mean, I remember just walking out of the studio with the demo and going, this is something special, you know. And it was a pretty pivotal moment in the writing process. And not to say that anything up till then hadn't been great, because it had been really great, but it was just, whoa, we're going into an area we've never been before, and this is new, and this is fresh, and this is really exciting, and I don't hear other metal bands doing it. It was very cinematic feeling, and it was a pretty rad feeling. Yeah.
And the obvious question from my point of view is, so how did that not become the first track on the album? Because I know, you know, the last few albums there's been a lengthy intro.
There was a time when we were talking about that. We were like, and then I think for us, we were just like, God, another 1.5-minute long intro on an album? We've done this 6 times in a row. Yeah. Like, and it just felt like, I don't know, like we had been kind of talking about, like, we just need kind of a rager, and it doesn't need to be thrashy. It just needs to be like, we just need a freaking rager, which we didn't have for a while. And even though it was an amazing song, it was finally when Volatile was the last song written for the record. It was like a week before we went in to do the last chunk of studio time as a band. And when that one came about, it was like, ooh. You know, it was just good to, like, here we're opening up with bam, you know, not, you know, 1.5 minutes, and, you know, nothing wrong with it. I'm proud of those, but, you know, 10-10 Hammer starts just like boom. And it was nice to kind of go back to that kind of a vibe, and then go into Catharsis. Yeah.
Catharsis!